I'd like to call this meeting, the Show City Council, to order. Show that all council members are present. Tonight I've asked Councilman Clark to lead us in an invocation followed by the pledge by Councilman Judd. If you'd all like to stand and join us.
Our Father in heaven, we're thankful for this opportunity to gather as the Show City Council in such great conditions in this building and in this time of being able to receive moisture. We're thankful for this time of year, Father, when we're able to go back to school for the children, when we're able to look at our community, be able to tonight honor the men and women in law enforcement who sacrifice so much for our community and for our nation. We are thankful, Father, for the citizens of Sholo, for the manner in which that we're able to live as a community, to be able to grow and to develop, and also to maintain the heritage that our community has been founded upon. We are thankful for the items we have to discuss tonight. We pray and ask for thy guidance, for thy wisdom, and for thy help. We pray that as we deliberate, that we will do so in a collegial manner, which we will be able to put the needs of the citizens first, and that we'll be able to do it in a spirit of professionalism and kindness and of community. We ask that thou watch over our first responders. We ask that as there are still fires throughout the Southwest, that thou will protect our firefighters, help them to return home safely to their families. And these things we humbly pray for and ask in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Please join in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilman Clark. Councilman Judd, I appreciate that. And welcome you all. I appreciate you all coming tonight, for sure. Next item on the agenda is call to the public. Any citizen desiring to speak on a matter that is within the jurisdiction of the City Council may do so at this time. Comments may be limited to 3 minutes per person and shall be addressed to the City Council as a whole. Pursuant to Arizona open meeting law, the council cannot discuss or act on items present at this time. The council may respond to criticism made by those that have spoken after the meeting, ask staff to review a matter, ask the matter to be put on the future agenda. I have a couple here. First one is David Walker. State your name and address for the record, please.
My name is David Walker, 4800 South 28th Street, Sholo. I was here at the July 18th meeting and just wanted to make you aware of what's going on with Arizona Game and Fish and Sholo Lake as a fishery. And I'm glad to report back after a meeting. Arizona Game and Fish was nice enough, spoke with the Arizona Game and Fish biologist, the reservoir manager specialist, and the Canyon Creek hatchery manager. And I was concerned about the number of trout being stocked in the Sholo Lake and the lack of being stocked. So there's a few things that we were able to discuss, and one of which was possibly stocking the lake earlier, maybe as early as March, April, May, and get into June. 4 or 5 years ago, Arizona Game and Fish proposed to anglers, would you like bigger fish or smaller fish? And of course, everybody wants that big fish and make great pictures. What people didn't realize that the larger fish can't take the higher temps of the lake being stocked. So the smaller fish could be stocked at below 75 degrees, 74 degrees. The larger fish are more stressed out from the hatchery, which requires the lake temp to be at 70 degrees or lower, which really kills the trout stocking program for Sholo Lake during the summer months. So again, I've been encouraging other anglers to attend the Commissioners Board, Arizona Game and Fish Commissioners Board, September 8th, which will be held here in Sholo. And I've been told by Arizona Game and Fish employees that they can do a lot, being appointed by the governor, they can do a lot without having to go through the state legislature. And again, it's all about trying to save a beautiful lake and a fishery. for not only residents of Sholo and the mountain, but anglers all over the state of Arizona. And I just appreciate your time allowing me to talk to you about it. And if I can, I'd like to report back after September 8th and let you know. And before I go, I'd like to thank Public Works. The gentleman that spoke after me last time addressed the fish cleaning station at Sholo. And nobody's ever seen somebody work that fast. The next day, it had been addressed, taken care of, and within a few short days, it was an operation again and working. Yeah, so from myself and all the other anglers in the White Mountain, appreciate your time. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you. I have a quick question. The meeting on September 8th, do you know where?
It says Sholo. I went up to Game and Fish last week, and they didn't know exactly where it was going to be held. So it shows that it's supposed to be here in Sholo. I would
Find out the information, maybe get with our city clerk or give it to her so we can kind of spread the news a little bit.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next one I got is Mrs. Stowe on Main Street.
My name's Denise Wiseman Stowe. I'm at 371 South 16th Avenue in Sholo. And on behalf of Sholo Main Street Board and myself, first of all, we want to thank you for supporting Sholo Main Street and all that you do for our community in Sholo. I'm here today to let you know that we are having our Battle of the Bands and Vans on September 3rd, and we're very excited about it. We have lots of things going on. And the board would like to give you all 2 tickets to the Battle of the Bands and join us if you can. And we would like for you to participate. We'd love for you guys to come. So can I give this to you?
You could just give them to Kathy if you want.
You can spread them around.
Absolutely.
Extra.
Uh-oh. Can you remind us of the location and time?
Yes, it's at Frontier Park, and we have 9 bands playing. We have 10 food vendors. We have a kids zone. We have non-food vendors, which is arts and crafts, and we have a beer garden. So it should be a lot of fun. We're expecting about 3,500 people to this event this year, so it's exciting. But it is at Frontier Park. It's from noon until 9. Those tickets are for you to get in, not it says $5 on admissions, but that's just information. But those are for you all to participate if you all like to come. The other thing that I want to just real quickly tell you.
One more question.
Sure.
What's the date?
Oh, September 2nd.
Thank you.
Sorry, September 2nd.
I wrote it down already.
Yeah, from noon to 9. Gates open at 11.
Thank you.
And we're pretty excited. Sholo Main Street's really excited that starting this Wednesday, we are having a farmer's market, and we are helping our produce, the farmers and stuff. So we have our farmers coming, we've got microgreens coming, we've got mushrooms, we've got produce, we got meat coming, and it's going to be every Wednesday from 4 to 7. It's going to be at the marketplace right by the Thank you, statues. And so we're excited about helping our farmers because the growth of the produce is just not growing, and now it's booming. And so we want to be able to help them sell their produce this year. So this will probably be next year too. So, and I did give a flyer to each one of you, so you have that. So yes, we're very, very excited. And just real quick, all those of you who don't really like the sun, we have rented a large tent. So those people who want the sun, they can be outside the tent, those who want to. So last year, a lot of people just really wanted that tent. So we're able to do that this year for everybody, so.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you letting me come up here for a couple minutes and just let you know. And again, we really appreciate you all for supporting us.
Thank you, Denise, and thank you for everything you do in the community. I know you're busy every day.
I am.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All righty, at this time, I'll close the call to the public. Next item on the agenda is special events. At this time, I'll have special presentation in recognition of retiring employee Mr. Cupp and Mr. Allen, I believe. Wait, isn't that his? Stand back there. Are we supposed to hand it to him?
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Matt Smith is our lead airport lineman, and he joined the city on August 27th, 2003. His last day is August 31st, 2023, so we got a 4-day bonus. In Matt's time here at the city, I believe he's worked for 5 airport managers. He's also served as the interim airport manager 3 or 4 times. And he has also served under 3 public works directors. So he's been a busy guy. I'm not going to take a lot of time here, but I just wanted to let Matt know that we're going to miss you out there. He actually helped hire and train his replacement as well. So, hopefully you left us in good hands. I'm sure you did. And I mentioned earlier that he's worked for 5 airport managers, so I'd like to have Mr. Number 5 come up and say a few words.
I trained him too, so. Good evening, Mayor and Council. Thank you for inviting me to recognize the accomplishments of one of the city's longtime employees tonight. Over the past few decades, Matt Smith's been a fixture at the Show Low Regional Airport, and he's highly regarded by all our customers, tenants, and employees alike. At the airport, he's known to be professional, knowledgeable, and reliable. And over the years, Matt's been a tremendous asset to Show Low, serving as a senior airport lineman. He has personally trained every member of the current airport staff. Matt's been responsible for overseeing FBO operations, billing, airfield maintenance, and on his watch, the FBO has handled and distributed millions of gallons of aviation fuel safely to our customers. He's made numerous contributions to the airport. I'll not attempt to name them all for you tonight, but Matt has seen several airport managers, as Bill said, and since he started back in 2003, and even stepping into the airport manager's shoes when necessary. I believe it was 3 times he told me today that he was the acting airport manager. And I'm not ashamed to admit that when I came to the city of Show Low, I definitely relied heavily on Matt for his knowledge and experience out at the airport. And I'm pleased to announce at the end of this month, Matt will be celebrating his 20th year working for the city of Show Low and his retirement. So Matt certainly deserves to kick back, relax, after successfully finishing 2 careers. His first was serving in the United States Air Force. He retired after 20 years of service prior to coming to Show Low. And congratulations, Matt. I know I speak for all of us out at the airport when we say we'll miss you, and enjoy your retirement, buddy. Thank you so much.
Come up and talk about your retirement plans or anything. You're welcome to say a couple.
Maybe before you give a speech, you can hold on for a second. On behalf of the city council and the staff at the city of Show Low, we'd like to present you with this plaque that they had made. I believe. Yeah, you had big hands in getting this made. That's actually 2-3, I think it is, or 2-5, 2-2 and 2-5. It's the runways out at the airport. But Matt, thank you very much for your dedication to our city and our airport, and thank you for training our airport managers too.
It wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Here, you can have. Enjoy your retirement. You're staying on the mountain, right? I hope. Don't retire and leave. Okay, now you can speak.
Yeah, I just wanted to say a few words. Yeah, this is my 2nd retirement. I actually spent 24 in the Air Force, so so I did retire in 2002, and my wife and daughter and my son were with me at my first retirement in Okinawa, Japan, which was my last duty station. And I'm so proud to have my grandchildren and my extended family here today to help me celebrate this. You know, not too many people get to have 1 retirement, let alone 2. So I consider myself a lucky man and a very blessed man for having done so. And my wife and I just celebrated our 35th wedding anniversary
last week, but we didn't get to celebrate it due to work. But
Time to celebrate.
yeah, but yeah, 60 more days, babe, and we can celebrate. So thank you all, and much appreciated. It's been a pleasure.
Dedication to our country, too.
Thank you.
All righty, next item on the agenda for special events is commendation of police department employees. Chief Provost.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Tonight we are here for our biannual awards recognition. This is the opportunity where council administration recognizes the life-saving and commendable acts of our employees. I have to tell you, when we give these, I'm in awe of the job that these folks do. And these awards represent those acts that we see, but I can promise you there's a lot more of them that go on that we don't notice. And for that, I say thank you to every one of them. And the thing is this is probably the first time many in the public hear about this, but I can promise you it's probably the first time a lot of the families have heard about it. So with that, we'd like to go ahead and start the presentations if the council would like to come down. So I'll call out the recipient's name, and when your name is called, if you'd like to come forward, and then I'll read the citation as they're coming down. Our first one, it's a life-saving award, is Dispatcher Adam Liley. So, Dispatcher Adam Liley answered a 911 call from a man who found a coworker unconscious and not breathing. He quickly initiated emergency dispatch protocols and guided the caller in the delivery of life-saving CPR, helping the victim's coworker perform CPR until medical crews arrived. Dispatcher Liley was able to calm the caller and give clear instructions, which helped save the man's life. Congratulations. Our next recipient for a life-saving award is Dispatcher Lauren Clark. Dispatcher Lauren Clark answered a 911 call reporting a female subject who had collapsed and was not breathing. She quickly initiated emergency dispatch protocols and guided the woman's husband in the delivery of life-saving CPR until medical crews arrived. Dispatcher Clark remained calm while simultaneously counting compressions and updating emergency medics as they responded. It is clear her actions helped save the woman's life. Next is Officer James Tyra, Life-Saving Award. Officer James Tyra responded to a medical call of a female found unresponsive. Officer Tyra arrived on scene prior to medics and immediately began providing CPR until medical crews arrived. His rapid response and decisive actions helped save the woman's life. The last one we have for life-saving awards is Officer Joseph Hubbard, second award. Officer Joseph Hubbard responded to a medical call of a female who had collapsed and was not breathing. Officer Hubbard immediately delivered life-saving CPR until medical crews arrived. This is the second time Officer Hubbard has successfully performed CPR in the line of duty. His rapid assessment of the situation, as well as his calm and clear actions, undoubtedly saved the woman's life. All right, next we have certificates of commendation. Officer Stavros Castillo. Officer Stavros Castillo responded to Banner Urgent Care in Lakeside for a report of an active shooter. He responded without hesitation, arriving first on scene. Officer Castillo led the response and with the help of deputies and other officers were able to quickly detain the suspect. It was discovered the suspect had a pellet gun and not a firearm, but his rapid and decisive actions helped prevent a potentially tragic outcome. Dispatcher Desiree Pease. Dispatcher Desiree Pease answered a call of a distraught, armed female threatening suicide. She was able to keep the woman calm and through compassionate conversation, convinced the woman to put down the firearm and follow the instruction of on-scene officers. Dispatcher Pease composed thoughtful and clear instructions, diffused the situation, and allowed the officers to resolve this incident without harm to anyone involved. Congratulations. Officers Olivia Matkin and Stratton Hatch. Officers Olivia Matkin and Stratton Hatch responded to a child custody dispute. As information was gathered, it became clear the mother was suffering from severe mental health issues, and there was concern for the safety of the children. It was discovered the woman's oldest child had been left out of state with people who were not family. Officers Matkin and Hatch recognized the potential dangers, coordinated with police agencies in another state, and were able to locate the child and coordinate her safe return to her father. Our last award goes to Officer Austin Wilson. Officer Austin Wilson responded to a man suffering with severe mental health issues. Officers had been called multiple times over several days to deal with this man, and it became clear that he needed specialized help. Officer Wilson worked to find the proper resources, but also recognized the man was struggling physically as well. Officer Wilson purchased the man food, water, and a pair of shoes from a nearby store out of his own pocket. Officer Wilson is an example to us all in showing genuine concern and compassion for others. Right, thank you all very much.
Before all of you take off, I'd just like to say thank you to each and every one of you. We appreciate your dedication and loyalty to the city of Show Low and our citizens, and we really enjoy the ability to give these awards to you, and we appreciate you all coming tonight. Congratulations.
Ditto the Vice Mayor. We could never thank you enough. Thanks to Chief Provost, this little small token I think is amazing that he does this. But I appreciate, I walked in here and felt real safe, but to be honest, I feel safe I feel safe in Sholo. So thank you guys. Thank you for your dedication. Like I said, we can never thank you enough, so. Thank you. Okay, next item on the agenda is consent calendar, where I entertain a motion to approve, or we can pull some items. Approval of agreement with Navajo County, consideration of acceptance of East McNeil roadway, consideration of award of a contract of crosswind runway focused planning study, consideration of the minutes of the Sholo City Council regular meeting on August 1st, 2023. Is there anything that needs to be pulled?
There, I'm going to declare conflict on this because I've been involved in one of the items on there, so I'll just conflict off the entire consent calendar.
I'd like to make a comment.
Go ahead.
On the item with the approval of agreement with Navajo County for safe and healthy schools, I just want to say that this is an amazing memorandum of agreement with them, and really, when we state on our consent calendar, we don't really give an explanation of what this agreement is, but it's to provide use of school panic buttons, automated on-demand interoperability across responding agency, and the automation of public safety response. This system is an effort to create a safe and secure learning environment for all of our students, teachers, and staff, and I appreciate the county for working with us and developing this agreement and accepting this grant.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Appreciate that. I'll entertain a motion. Vice Mayor? Go ahead and read the motion.
I move to approve the consent calendar as presented.
I got a motion. I got a second by Councilman Adams. All those in favor? All those opposed, same sign. Motion passed unanimously. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is new business. Public hearing, consideration of applications submitted by Kuzi, Paul, I'm not even going to go there, and James H. Coleman for a number 6 bar liquor license on behalf of Bison Country Club for its location at 1 North Bison Preserve Drive in Sholo. Mrs. Hall.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. The request is to transfer the 6-bar liquor license currently held by Lloyd Harvey of Golf Course Management LLC located at 1 North Bison Preserve Drive in Sholo. The property was posted as required by state law and no public input has been received. The Sholo Police Department conducted a background check on all the applicants and found nothing amiss. The Department of Liquor Licenses and Control conducts its own internal investigations and background checks. Based on the investigators' findings and the recommendation of the City Council, the State Liquor Board will decide whether to approve or deny the application. And just note that if the City Council chooses to recommend a denial of the application, the motion must state the reasons for the denial. Thank you.
Appreciate that. At this time, I'll open it up to a public hearing if anybody has any questions or comments. Seeing nobody sprint up here, I'll close the public meeting and turn it back over to the council for a motion or questions. Councilman Olson.
Yeah, I'll try to, let me see if I can butcher this name up just like the mayor did.
I stopped.
Because, let me get it here to the right place where I need to be. Because if I don't, I'm really going to goof it up. Okay, I move to recommend approval of the State Liquor Board, an application submitted by Kazumpa Matsugata and James H. Coleman for number 6 bar liquor license on behalf of Bison Golf Club at the location at 1 North Bison Preserve Drive, Sholo, Arizona.
I got a motion. I got a second by Councilman Hatch. All those in favor of the motion? All those opposed? Motion passed. Before we move on, You're the representative, right? Can you tell us the last name? Because we're butchering it and you're laughing. What? Hey, Mike, you were pretty close. All right, thank you. He was pretty close, Ted. Appreciate that. All righty, next item on the agenda is a public hearing and consideration of application submitted by Shane Jennings Shumway, Nathan Douglas Jones, and Stephen Douglas Shumway for a number 10 beer and wine store liquor license on behalf of Fairfield and Town Place Suites for its location at 1401 East Wilford, Suite A, Show Low, Arizona. Mrs. Hall.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Shane Jennings Shumway, Nathan Douglas Jones, and Stephen Douglas Shumway, representing Fairfield and Town Place Suites, submitted an application for a new number 10 beer and wine store liquor license for its location at 1401 East Wolford Road. The property was posted as required by state law. No public input was received. The Show Low Police Department conducts a background check on the applicants and found nothing amiss. The Department of Liquor Licenses and Control conducts its own internal investigation and background checks. Based on the investigator's findings and the recommendation of the City Council, the State Liquor Board will decide whether to approve or deny the application. Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, we will open this up to a public hearing. Anybody wants to make any comments or have any questions? Seeing nobody come up, I'll close the public hearing and turn it back to the council for motions or questions. Vice Mayor.
I move to recommend approval to the State Liquor Board of the application submitted by Shane Jennings Shumway, Nathan Douglas Jones, and Stephen Douglas Shumway for a number 10 beer and wine store liquor license on behalf of Fairfield and Town Place Suites for its location at 1401 East Wolford Road, Show Low, Arizona.
Thank you. I got a motion. I need a second. I'll second it. All those in favor of the motion say aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion passed unanimously. Next item on the agenda is consideration of award of construction contract for East Cooley Roadway Improvement, City of Show Low, project number R3323. Mr. Hemesath.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. City's fiscal year 2023 capital improvements plan budget included $150,000 for a roadway improvement project labeled Winding Road by Chase Bank. The work includes removing parallel parking islands along East Cooley between North 11th Street and State Route 260. These improvements will allow for proper roadway width for two-way traffic along this corridor. ADA sidewalk ramps will also be installed, and the streetlights and trees will remain in place. City engineering staff designed the project with a construction estimate of $185,000. The project was publicly bid on June 9th, 2023, and received no bids. Minor adjustments were made to the project, and it was recently rebid on July 14th, 2023. At the August 8th bid opening, 3 bids were received. Apache Construction at $222,976.14. Western Grade LLC at $348,344.99, and ALK Asphalt LLC at $435,869.80. But after evaluation of the bids, all 3 contained errors by either using the old June bid documents or failing to include all necessary items required by the bid advertisement. Due to those discrepancies, staff recommends rejecting all bids of the construction contract for East Cooley Roadway Improvement, City of Show Low project number R3323, and we will rebid as soon as possible. I'm available for any questions.
Thank you, sir. Anybody have any questions or comments? Can you kind of just maybe explain why? I mean, the bids were...
You bet. So we advertised the bid, it went out, we opened that bid, so we closed that bid on a certain date and we received no bids. We made alterations to the bid, sent it out again, and then we have a new bid schedule, a new set of items that you're required to bid on. 2 of the contractors used the old bid tab that didn't have the new revised stuff, and the 3rd bidder didn't include all the required things needed to submit a proper bid. We contacted them, we said, please revise your bid, please take another look at it, and they said they would give a possible look. So we're hoping they give us another look and use the right documents.
Any questions? Councilman Alsop.
So as soon as possible, are we just looking like maybe 6 months down the road, 3 months, a year? What are we looking at?
2 weeks.
2 weeks? Well, that's a little bit quicker. Okay, I'll take that. Thank you, Shane.
I'll move to reject all bids for the construction contract for the East Cooley roadway improvements. City of Show Low project number R-3323.
Thank you. I got a motion. I got a second by Councilman Adams. All those in favor of the motion? All those opposed? Motion passed unanimously. Thank you, sir. Next item on the agenda is consideration of award of a contract for Reed Head House Architectural Service. Mr. Cupp.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. The Reed Head House, constructed in 1912, is the last standing residential structure of this period in Show Low. The house is an original homestead built by the Reed Head family, one of the city's founders, and was continuously occupied until the city acquired the home in October 2021. The home was acquired for the purpose of preserving this historic home and its unique characteristics for future generations. Upon completion of the renovation, the home will be open for public tours facilitated by the Show Low Museum. Portions of the building foundation had settled, causing significant cracking of the interior plaster walls and the exterior brick masonry. The foundation has been repaired and leveled using helical piers. Measures have also been taken to protect the foundation from water infiltration, which includes replacing rain gutters and rerouting flood irrigation away from the building. It is the city's intent to restore the home to its original period correct condition. The city has applied for and received grant funding to start the process of restoring the building. To this end, the city prepared a request for qualifications for an architectural consultant to develop a historic building preservation plan, HBPP, and address the structure to determine eligibility for nomination to the National Register. The selected architectural consultant will also complete an evaluation of the property for nomination to the National Park Service's National Register of Historic Places and the Arizona Register of Historic Places. The architect will also prepare construction plans for the recommended restoration of the building. City staff contacted 5 architectural firms that were recommended by the Arizona State Historic Preservation Office. 1 statement of qualifications was received. The SOQ was reviewed by city staff and the scope and fee was negotiated with the consultant. Staff recommends awarding the professional services contract to Motley Design Group, LLC, for the Reed Head House Historical Architectural Services, City of Show Low project number FM 5823 in an amount not to exceed $54,410. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, sir. Any questions, comments?
I have one question. Just for information, how did the helical piers do putting that stuff in to level the house out? Did it do really great, or?
It leveled the house out. Some of the cracks in the interior plaster closed up. Since that repair was done, there's some additional cracking that showed up in the plaster. But and we're going to have a structural engineer look at it, but that's not necessarily, and we don't believe it's the foundation. We think that the building moved, and then after some time, a few months, those cracks appeared when things started settling back out again in the structure itself and not in the foundation. But it's a good, solid foundation in that building.
That was a good move. I know you guys were concerned about it a little bit, and if it worked, then we could use it on some other projects and stuff like that. So I just want to make sure.
We actually raised one corner of that building 9 inches. So
good.
You have to expect some things inside to shift around a little bit.
Thank you, Bill.
Any other questions, comments, motions? Councilman Judd.
I'll make a motion.
No, I was going to move to the same thing.
I move to award the professional services contract to Motley Design Group LLC for the Reed Head House Historical Architectural Services, City of Show Low project number FM 5823 in the amount not to exceed $54,410.
Thank you, sir. I got a motion. I got a second by Councilman Clark. All those in favor say sign of aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion passed unanimously. Thank you, sir. I think that was a great purchase for this town. It's awesome. Okay, next item on the agenda is another public hearing. Request a property owner to annex property near Show Low Lake into the city of Show Low, number P1523.
Mayor, Council, Corey Frampton on behalf of the Show Low Lake LLC has approached the city requesting annexation of a portion of AP numbers 21211-002 and 212-11-003A into the city of Show Low for the construction of a road in the proposed development of Lakeshore Village. Show Low Lake LLC owns the said portions of the parcels. The proposed property meets the statutory requirement of the proposed annexation consists of approximately 0.37 of an acre. The proposed property meets the statutory criteria for annexation. The proposed property for annexation is contiguous on two sides with the corporate limits of the city of Show Low for at least 300 feet. At the July 18th, 2023 regular council meeting, staff was directed to file a blank annexation petition with the county recorder for the proposed annexation property. The blank petition was filed on July 19th. After filing the blank annexation petition, there is a 30-day waiting period before signatures may be obtained on the annexation petition. In the last 10 days before the 30 days expires, a public hearing regarding the annexation is to be held. As required by state statute, notice of this public hearing has been published in the newspaper. Notices were sent to the real and personal property owners, as well as the Board of Supervisors and the county assessor. After the public hearing today, and once the 30-day waiting period has expired, signatures may be obtained on the petition and filed with the county. An ordinance will then be presented to council for consideration.
I appreciate that. Okay, at this time, we'll open up to a public hearing. If anybody has any comments or questions about this annexation. Once again, seeing nobody sprint up here, I'll close it and turn it back to the council for any motions or questions.
I have a question.
Did somebody want to speak? Did you guys want to make comments about the annexation or no? Come on up, please. Sorry. I'm going to open up the public hearing back up. I'm sorry. You guys can come up together. It don't matter. We're not going to bite nobody. Well, I'm not. I don't know about everybody else.
Yeah.
Just state your name and address for the record and talk into the microphone, please.
Okay, my name is Renee Stevens. I'm at 5383 Jolo Lake Road, and our home backs up to the lake. And we never were noticed by homeowners association or anybody to this development. And so I guess we have seen them out there digging holes and putting up lot signs. And so we would just like to know more what's going on, how many homes. The development is supposed to be a gated community is what we heard, and that they're going to put in 52 homes between the lake and where our properties end, which would totally ruin our view of the lake.
Sure.
And so we would just like more information in regards to the development of this community.
Do you have the same concerns? Just state your name and address for the record, please.
Barbara Stone. I live at 5275 Sholo Lake Road. I also own 5349 Sholo Lake Road and 5147 Sholo Lake Road. I share Renee's concerns. I also was not noticed. I really don't understand how this is going to affect my quality of life. It's a very nice, quiet existence that we have right now, and we would like to keep it that way. And I fail to see how having a large development between me and the lake is going to improve my quality of life.
Thank you. Appreciate that. We'll have staff get with you guys. We have your name and your address, so we'll have staff contact you and give you some more information, definitely.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. We appreciate it. Appreciate your concerns. Yeah, I'll close the public hearing and turn it back to the council for questions or comments or motions.
Mayor, it shows that
Oh,
no
I'm
further
sorry.
action is required.
Sorry, my bad. Okay, moving right along. Next item on the agenda is summary of current events. I read that and forgot about it. Any council members got any summary of current events? Councilman Adams.
I just think it's exciting that we're working on the Reed Head House, and I'm looking forward to seeing it when it's all done, and I think it's a good thing for the city, and I'm so excited that we're going forward with that.
Judd.
We got our football season starting. The 8th grade team is playing St. John's at home on Thursday, and then a week from Friday, it will be our first varsity game against Push Ridge, and that'll be at the NAU facility. Come out and support the Cougars.
Awesome.
Denise was here earlier on the call to the public, and so I just want to let you guys, Battle of the Bands and Food Bands, as she stated, is Saturday, September 2nd, and it's from noon to 9, and a lot of bands, a lot of food, and a whole bunch of fun. So if you're interested, please come out to that. And also the farmers market is continuing. That what you talked about was another added on thing, but farmers market is Saturday from 9 to 1, and they'll have a bunch of stuff there. And it's getting down towards the end where it's going to be September when we shut that down. So just come on out and pick up all your produce and everything else that you can see out there, and any other little stuff that's hit your fancy that you'd like to have. I do want, at this time, I want to thank Morgan and Justin Johnson and Rachel for keeping us informed about the fires that was going on close to Sholo here, and also Rachel for keeping us informed of the complex fires in Alpine. Appreciate it. Without you guys' support, it would have been hard to kind of listen to know where all that stuff was going on. I had no idea. I was up in Greens Peak camping when this thing started going on. So thank you, Morgan and Justin and Rachel, for keeping us abreast of what's going on. I have one more thing. It's been brought to my attention. It's been over a couple of months that is people's been coming to me and complaining about what they're hearing at the Verizon store. It appears that you go in there and say, hey, my phone's not working. Verizon store here in Sholo has been saying what's the city's fault for not letting us put our towers up. And so after staff kind of told me that they got questioned too, and it's like, okay, enough's enough. The city of Sholo has never denied a permit or anything else to put up a tower for Verizon around here. Matter of fact, the last tower we put in, we talked about and we discussed it, and we put it in over by Circle K by Old Linden Road. And we were told at that time that the traffic that was on the tower at downtown Chapel, or the chapel there, at 60 and 260, that would route some of that traffic over there and make the service better. And it hasn't. I even complained to them that, hey, I'm sitting in my house and at the country club, and phone calls drop and everything else. We got bad zones downtown Sholo. We have some bad zones over by Frontier Bank. So I just want to let everybody know that it's not the city that's holding any of these permits up or denying any of these permits. So if somebody there is saying that to them, you just need to tell them to come talk to the city, and we can get this thing hammered out. But we're just tired of listening to it. So I can ask staff to, if they can take a look at it. And if it's just isolated to this one Verizon store here in Sholo, then maybe we can nip it in a fanny and get it over with. So thank you.
Couple things. We did lift, or we didn't. The fire service did, the Southwest Fire Protection, I believe it's called, met yesterday, and they did lift the fire restrictions this morning. But still be cautious out there because it's still very dangerous. So that did happen at 8 o'clock this morning. As everybody probably knows by now, school's back in session. Be careful out there. I actually seen somebody go by a bus the other day, and it just kind of shocked me. But just be careful out there. The kids, some of the new kids that don't even know where they're going to another school, they could be not know what direction. So just be safe out there. And also, as you all know, keep turning right. Our town is packed to the gills right now, I know some people get a little frustrated with some of our grocery stores that run out of everything, and if we bring any more people up here, maybe we get another store. But anyway, just be safe out there, a few more months, and it'll calm down a little bit. City Manager.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Just a couple of things to report. On Saturday, August 26th, I want to remind everybody that the Navajo County and the city are sponsoring a free region-wide residential electronic waste and used tire collection event. It's from 8 to 11 a.m. It's at the Navajo County Penrod facility, 251 North Penrod Road in Show Low. You can drop off unwanted computer equipment, accessories, small appliances, electronic equipment, and used tires without rims for free. One exception is if you have an old CRT style TV, you can only do one of those items for free. Waste from commercial businesses is not accepted. If you want more information, you can call Steve North at 532-4124. Our public works projects, we got construction starting on the sunken manhole project with 14 manholes being worked on. Should be completed by next week. The East Hall and 11th Street Bridge replacement project is near completion. If you notice, the road is back open there. Hopefully that'll be wrapping up soon. And then construction is scheduled to begin on the Fools Hollow Waterline replacement project on September 21st. And then the ADA concrete improvement at Shoal Lake is also scheduled to begin in the next week or so. And then paving is scheduled, I think, for tomorrow on the East Owens Road. So some of those projects are nearing completion. Great. I appreciate your patience as we make the improvements around the city. And finally, one last thing. I want to recognize one of our employees that's here tonight, Rachel Hall. She achieved what is called the Master Municipal Clerk certification. So for those that don't know, there's kind of two parts to this process. You first have to go through a process to become what's called a certified municipal clerk. That takes a lot of classes and training and projects I think you have to work on. This is the next step beyond that. She's now completed what's called a Master Municipal Clerk certification. There's more training, more classes, more certifications. We want to congratulate her. That's, I think, the highest level you can go, Rachel, is that right? So she's achieved that, and we want to congratulate her on that.
Congratulations, Rachel. That's awesome.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Is that it?
That's it.
Thank you, sir. Anybody need seconds or anything? Schedule of meetings.
Just want to remind everybody that we're going to set aside the date of October 25th as our retreat. Hopefully just put that on your calendars. Be at 9 a.m. in the Darren Reed Conference Room. And we're putting together the agenda for that. If you have anything you want to be on there, just let us know. But I want you to set that date aside if you can.
Okay, next item on the agenda is we need to go into executive session. We'll entertain a motion. We need to discuss or consult for legal advice with our attorney or attorneys of the public body with a development agreement and agreement with WAI companies. I'll entertain a motion. I got a motion. I got a second. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion passed. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Furneaux. It's good seeing you again.